I was keenly interested in science that wouldn't replicate after we had hired a bioethicist to help in our prosecution of the NSCA officials that felt so comfortable fabricating and falsifying data, then lying about it to a federal judge, then to a state judge, only for us to get the emails where we could see the whole conspiracy of the fabrication and falsification. And I had come to think that the problem in replication, the problem in the sciences was this corruption. That is, doing dishonest things, fabrication, falsification, plagiarism, and that kind of thing. But there's way more to it than that, and there's a bigger problem. And in fact, the problem of scientific misconduct, which is what that fabrication, falsification, and plagiarism entails, the problem is that corruption is preceded by a different kind of corruption, and it's an epistemic corruption. It's a corruption of methodology. And in fact, if you go to Wikipedia and look at the replication crisis, they refer to it as a methodological problem, without ever giving any hints as to where the method went wrong. And the whole field, and there's a whole field of meta-science now, is trying to figure out what's going on, and they're doing it's the study of science using scientific methods. And so far it's been, I would say, perfectly fruitless. I think the problem stems in no small part because they're trying to talk about broken science without first defining what science is. And I think that's a big mistake. And even many of my allies, I see them, guys that I have immense respect for, like Janes and Stove and others, weren't working with a definition of science because it makes it much easier to see what the problem is when you have a piece you can work with.